Welcome back, guys, to Steven's DIY Auto Review.
Alright guys, and we are back, and we're in this 2015 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. We got 60,811 miles on the clock. So we got called out to do a thermostat replacement. However, customer's complaint was their vehicle was overheating. Supposedly another shop said that it was the thermostat. When we came out, we did a pressure test just to make sure, just to cover ourselves, and so that we give the customer the best customer service we can. We found out that there was a major leak on the lower radiator hose. So we advised the customer what we found. They decided to go that route and replace the lower radiator hose. Unfortunately, you can't get it aftermarket, so we had to get it through the dealership, which took about a couple days, 3 or 4 days, almost a week. So we're here now, and we're gonna go ahead and replace it, and we'll show you guys the process to replace it. So let's get to it. So we're just unplugging all of our hoses and connectors, just like that, so that we can remove our intake. Eight millimeter. Hopefully you guys are able to see back there. Right on top is the leak. So hopefully you guys can see, we went underneath the vehicle and removed our lower radiator hose. So now we're going to come up here to the top and see if we can't get the upper portion of our lower radiator hose, and then we'll just pull it out. Alright guys, so we were able to sneak our specialty tool up under the pulley in order to get the clamp off. The hose is still on. It's on there pretty good. But we're going to come up here and remove the secondary hose from the coolant reservoir. Our new one comes with one, so it's all one piece. We're going to go ahead and take this out. So we're going to take this out and then try to yank it from the bottom. Okay guys, so we got our old one out, comparing them side by side. They're good to go. The new one, as you can see here, genuine Mopar part. There's part number, and then on our old one right here is the leak we had. And then it looks like also there was another cut in the hose, but this right here was our leak. So we're gonna get the new one put back on, and we'll bring you guys right back. So something cool to note, this one that comes from the factory has a little tab here. The hose is already open, so it's going to be easy to slide on. It's also kind of glued in place, so once we get it to where we need it, we'll just remove this tab and it'll spring right into position. Okay guys, so we got it all put back in, so we're good to go. So now we have our snap-on pressure tester. So it's rated at 21 psi, but we're gonna hold steady at 19. And we're gonna sit here, give it about 10-15 minutes, make sure we don't have no pressure drop, which would mean a leak in the system. Then we're gonna fill it up with coolant, run it, get all the air bubbles out, and we'll be good to go. So stand by. All right guys, so it's been about 15 minutes. Our pressure is still stabilized, so we are good to go. So now we're gonna put the underbelly back together, fill it up with coolant, run it, get all the air bubbles out, and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, so we got everything put back together. We have our coolant. It's Peak Original Equipment Technology, purple. Antifreeze and coolant's the 50/50. And as you can see, it's for Chrysler, Dodge, 2013 to present. So we're gonna go ahead, fill this up, and run it. Alright guys, so I apologize, the rest of my video got deleted. So we ended up trying to burp the air out of the system while having the vehicle running at idle. We had the heater turned on high so that it will circulate through the heater core. However, we were very unsuccessful. It was just taking too long. It wasn't really burping out the air efficiently. So we tried to take it out on the road for a little bit to give it some throttle, because I didn't want to be sitting there revving the engine at idle. But when you do that, you got to be very, very careful, because you could easily overheat the engine and blow the engine. So you got to be very careful when you do it. So we were real careful. Anytime it peaked over the middle point, we shut it off, let it cool off for a minute. Then we did it 2 or 3 times. The third time we brought it back in, and it was just pouring out air from the overflow tank. You've seen it prior to this clip here where it was just bubbling out. So we got it to do that. It literally drained, it sucked in all the coolant from the overflow tank, and we were able to top it off. We used another gallon, and then still with the heater turned on high, as hot as we could get it, we took it out for about a 3-mile drive. Coolant system was operating normally per manufacturer spec. It was operating normally. The heater was super hot, so that told me we had all the air out. It was able to circulate the system, and we brought it back, topped it all off, and it was good to go. So there you have it, guys. Sorry I didn't bring you along for the diagnosis part, but basically we basically just pressure tested the system, found the leak right at the lower radiator hose at the very top, and ordered one and replaced it. So there you go, guys. That is how you replace your lower radiator hose. Not much to it. So anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, as always, please go down there and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It's our first Hellcat back on our channel since basically mine got stolen. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys did, make sure to go down there, as always, hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know that you guys liked it, and if you guys like seeing a Hellcat on my channel again. So anyway, guys, that'll be all. As always, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys would like to be notified when I put out another video, make sure to hit that bell notification. And as always, guys, please subscribe to my channel for more informational videos and DIY projects. And until next time, guys, have a good one.